Today on Tanaka Homestead, I'm going to show you how I built a temporary chicken coop for Hurricane Ian. Did I procrastinate? I probably procrastinated. It's 8:30 at night. The night before the hurricane is supposed to make landfall in Florida. And I have not done anything for my chickens, except we did move the chicken coop, which is the igloo, in between the fence and the shed, which I think is good, but with potentially 115 mile an hour winds, I don't know how they're going to do out there. I mean, they only weigh about 5 pounds. I don't want them to become projectiles and get hurt. I just wouldn't feel good about that. So I went to Tractor Supply about an hour ago, got some stuff. Thankfully, I have wonderful neighbors, and my neighbor donated a dog fence enclosure that I'm going to use to make this happen. So let me show you all the materials I have, and I'm going to start building this thing, and I'm going to get my girls inside. So my plan is I'm going to lay a tarp on the ground. I'm going to put the dog fence kennel thing on top of it. I'm going to roll the sides up on the tarp. I'm going to add hay, and then the rest is history. I think the rest will be easy, but I need to get that part done. So here is the dog fence kind of enclosure. I'm going to set that up. I have, like I said, amazing neighbors, and due to my procrastination, they are supplying me with this. Thank you so much for that. I have my hay over here. I have a couple of feeding containers. I have pine shavings, obviously, which I'm going to put in my little nesting boxes, and the rest is history. So let me first start laying my tarp. I got this from Tractor Supply. I really wanted heavy duty, but this was all that was left. So maybe next time I shouldn't procrastinate, but this will work. All right, so here she is. Is it anything special? Absolutely not. But you know what? This isn't a fashion show. I just need to get something in there. So I have the dog fence. I connected the corner over there with zip ties. And then I took my tarp and I zip tied it around. Some areas I had to fold and overlap, big deal. And so this is what I have so far. I am not cutting the zip ties and making it look pretty because quite frankly, I don't care. It's not a big deal. This is just to keep them safe and to keep them contained while they're in the garage. I have this area. This is an access point. So I didn't really tie that, just so if I need to get in and out, which I will, for the eggs and the water and all that, I have easy access. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hay and I'm going to put it in the bottom of my little pen here. All right, so here's the platform over there. I'm going to put the food and water on that. Down here is a round container, and I'm going to put pine shavings in there, and my hope is they will use that as their nesting box, but you know, time will tell and we will see. This is not a long-term solution. I just want everybody to be aware. And yes, it's small, but you know what? It's in my garage. The alternative is they stay out in the hurricane and they get hurt or potentially blown away. So you know, when you think of it that way, this looks pretty darn amazing. We have the pine shavings in there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and fill up my food and water containers. Looks pretty good, I have to say. For last minute, not too bad. Next time I should plan better. But we have a tarp on the bottom. I use the zip ties to tie the tarp onto the dog fence. I have a little bench in there, I have the food and water in there, and I have bungee cords to prevent them from tipping. I have a rubber bowl type thing in there, has pine shavings, and my hope is that they'll lay their eggs in there. There's one thing I'm forgetting though. I need a roosting bar. So I didn't think that through, but I have just the thing. I have a good idea. I've never been happier to see such a raggedy broom, because this will be my roosting bar. Almost done. I just need to put the netting on top. And actually this netting I used in my garden, it worked really well when I was growing strawberries. None of the birds, nothing, rodents, nothing got to my strawberries. So I think this will work. This is actually bird netting. So I'm gonna put this on the top and I'm gonna use zip ties. Everything's done. The only thing I have to do now is go get my chickens. So it's raining, but it's gonna get worse. So I'm gonna start bringing my chickens into the garage. And I'm not sure how this is gonna go. Funny. Go to your home. What? Let's try to make this better. There we go. So here are my girls, and they're looking pretty good. Look, somebody's already enjoying the broom roosting bar. It's very exciting. Luckily, we're hoarders, so we have that plank right there, and then we have the one roosting bar, and it looks like my PVC roosting bar is now gone. If I had to guess, my husband probably removed it. It may have been an important part of something that I didn't know, so that's very likely. But this is a longer bar up top anyway, and I tried to keep them as far away from the food and water as possible. I don't know if they're going to actually lay eggs in this nesting box. This is going to be interesting. I may have to switch this around and put something a little smaller in there, but time will tell. We'll see. So that's about it. I'm done. That chicken coop is up and running. The girls seem to be doing well. They're enjoying their roosting bars. The storm's unpredictable. I don't want to even take any chances, you know, and this is one less thing now that I have to worry about. So thank you so much for watching our channel. If you haven't already, please click that subscribe button. Stay safe during the hurricane and happy chicken raising. Bye-bye.